Daisy, you are our first official speaker that we've had. We've only been a formalized team. We started last year in June, and so we're just now getting ourselves really pulled together. As the programs committee chair, I am looking for new speakers every month to help us understand our issues, things that we're facing as a community, and that will help us decide where we want to focus our energies. And even when we went to the delegates meeting last week, a significant number of people spoke about the environment. In fact, there was an absolutely adorable little girl who came and spoke passionately. She brought a little stool and stood up so she could reach it. Aww. She reminded the little girl from Little Miss Sunshine up there, like passionately talking about banning fracking in the state of Florida, and she got a rousing hand of applause. Anyway, it's an extremely important issue. I don't even have to talk about water when we think about in terms of Flint, Michigan, and things that are happening very close to home, and it's a hugely important issue, and so that's why we invited Daisy Morales to speak with us today. As you can see, she is on the Orange County Soil and Water Conservation Board, and she is an elected official, so she has been representing the voice of the people and stands for the voice of the people, and we're very happy to have you. And without any further ado, Daisy, thank you so much.
Wow, I'm excited. And thank you for the invitation. Thank you, Monica, and everyone here. I'm so excited. I'm going to take only 2 minutes to introduce myself, okay? And I'm going to be very brief. I don't want to take too much time because this is really, okay. I'm going to say, and then we're going to go and break into questions if you want to ask me a question. But my name is Daisy Morales. I am your elected Florida Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. I represent the residents of Orange County, and I am a member of the Board of Supervisors, seat 2. There's 5 seats, I'm seat 2. I was elected November 2014 with 84,000 votes. Now, Orange Soil and Water Conservation District Board of Supervisors are represented, they represent conservation leaders elected by county residents to represent them in charting the course of soil and water conservation and natural resource management in Orange County. The board has 5 elected supervisors. Seat 1, 3, and 5 are elected during the presidential election, and seat 2 and 4, that's where I go, are elected during the alternative years, which is 2014 and 2018. Exactly, right. Okay, now, people can get involved. How can people get involved? How can you get involved? Associate supervisors are appointed by the board. Who's in the board? You are. Right, okay. So, I'm in the board, so if I know you and I see you come to one of our meetings and you want to participate, you consider a citizen that's officially volunteered. There is time to assist the board and district. Board and associate supervisors serve together as a guide for the district, its staff, and cooperating local, county, region, state, federal agencies in efforts to implement conservation plans which address the county's soil and water-related resources. Okay? Now, my programs consist of monthly community meetings, mobile office, this is my mobile office right here, you see it, I'm here, and teach environmental issues, right here, teach, this is it, soil and water, and Earth Day. When is Earth Day? April 14th. Right there, okay, that's what I teach. See how simple? Did you get that? Okay. You want to Well, let me tell you now a little bit about my project here. This is my little presentation. And what I do, I present this to my other people, which is the little ones. What, we have some little ones here. Yeah. Well, and they can see what they observe here. Okay, what do you see here? Tell me a little bit what you see here. What do you see where the cows are? Okay, what do you think? What do you consider this area to be? The cows are mostly in the farm area and all that. Okay, you see Where do you think you see the, like factories? Oh, very good, you identified the factory. This is the area of the factories. This is agriculture, factories. Where do you think you see the schools and the little houses? Okay, perfect. So all this is part of our environment. Now, when we are in our environment, what those green spots, what do you think those green spots are around there? Grass, perfect. Now, what do you think happens if we don't take care of our grass? What people do to maintain that grass? They put something in it to keep it nice and green and that it flows and water, okay. We put fertilizers. Okay, so we're gonna put some fertilizer on the grass. This is the grass, we're gonna put that. Okay, now, when we put that on the grass, we need to take care of those bugs that are in there too, so they won't, mess up with that. So what is that product that we put in? Perfect. It's called pesticides. Pesticides. We put pesticides on the grass to keep those bugs out of that. Okay. All right. So what happens when it rains?
Pesticide goes in there.
When it rains, let's see what happens. Spray some water. Spray some in there. Spray 5 little squirts and see what happens when that mixes in. Let's see what happens. Spray. Oh yeah. You gotta spray. Look, where's it going? Where's that going? Do you see where it's going? Oh my goodness. Look. Okay, all these little gadgets down here, those are drainage. Those were all the drainage, and you see them on the roads. You see, those are called our drainage, stormwater drainage. And all that drainage, it goes underneath where does it end up? Yeah, because that's what this boat is, right? Isn't that something? Okay, so now we find that. Now, this is called our watershed. This is what I'm trying to teach everyone. We live under a watershed. This is our watershed. This is our watershed. If we don't have trees, lots and lots of trees to protect when it comes down, then that's the flow. I'm teaching you how the water flows, our typical watershed. The flow of the water with all the chemicals mixed with that goes into our water, oceans, and that water also goes into our water plant. Our water plants, that's what we have, where they maintain it, and that's what we have, that comes in our homes. We drink that water, eventually, when they make it. But eventually, that's why we have to stop pollution. The way we will have to stop that is we have to learn that there is, people don't realize, but there is an ordinance about fertilization. And I'm gonna pass this around so everyone can get to see this. As you see and read about it, you get to understand that there's one on this side and one on that side. So people can understand and see it. That fertilization is very important to understand. Everyone can incorporate preventing pollution into their day-to-day life. Clean up after there's an issue when you go to the parks. What are you seeing in the parks now that they have for the dogs? Well, that's what we're trying to clean up after your pets. Use chemicals springily, and prepare disposal of trash. Car maintenance, that's another thing. So all that you just saw, that I just can you imagine all the oil and all that going through when it rains? It goes out into our drainage. That's why I'm trying to educate the community. And this is another thing. Do you see that? You know what that is what I'm calling. That's a drainage that goes underneath the water. All that water goes and winds up into our rivers, our lakes, and our ponds. This is the reality. This is it. So, with that, that's why we have to prevent pollution, because the effects of pollution can these are the devastation, these are the things that happens if we don't take care of our trash, we don't take care of things that come. And so that is what we're trying to I'm trying to educate the community, protect our ducks, because all that goes. But now that you have the information, what Soil and Water also has a partnership with the extension facility. The extension facility, I wanna pass this around to people. Actually, yeah. They have, I don't know if you heard about the extension facility, is a part of the University of Florida. And what they do, they give classes on how to understand the treatment of grass, the treatment of your yard, to put flowers. Those are resources. Those are the resources that I'm here to explain. And
Good deal, right?
so the other thing, pick up after. That's what's called best managed practice. The key word is using the best managed practice. That's what they want to enforce. That the public be aware that the best managed practice is what the county is offering you. They give you a little bag out there in the parks. That's to, you've got your pet after, because when it rains and when it pours, all that goes into our lakes, rivers, ponds, and that's the reality. So with that, without further ado, you gonna make my time?